Hey guys, Chad here from Take It or Leave It, here with a movie review for you for the film Longlegs. Here's the synopsis. In pursuit of a serial killer, an FBI agent uncovers a series of occult clues that she must solve to end his terrifying killing spree. Alright, with that down, let's get to the pros and the cons, starting with the pros. Well, first and foremost, I noticed pretty early on in the film that Oz Perkins has full commitment to his vision and full command of his style and craft here. Some people definitely won't like the direction he takes the film, but at least he goes all in on it. And nothing supports this notion more than the opening sequence. I mean, I understood exactly what kind of film we were getting based on this opening sequence. And quick sidebar, what a great use of rock and roll in this movie. I will forever feel a sense of unease when I hear Bang a Gong. Like, that song is tainted for me forever. Then there's the performances, and obviously Nicolas Cage stands out the most. I mean, he is having the time of his frickin' life in this movie. A couple times it gets a little too cagey, or at least it starts to teeter in that direction, but then he somehow always jerks the wheel back to the center and gives us something that we can't help but take seriously, like that conversation about the deep down dirty work. I mean, oof. I came to attention real quick when he started saying that stuff. But I also have to give mad props to Micah Monroe, who has a really challenging task here, which is to convey emotion while also being an empty husk of a human. I mean, that's a tall order, but I think she totally succeeds. And what's not to say about the atmosphere? I mean, the unnerving and unsettling dread in the air is just palpable. Hats off to all the technical teams that contributed to that, particularly the cinematography and lighting department. It always felt like the main character and everyone around her was being watched. And whether they knew it or not, they were already entangled in this web. I also love the foreshadowing clues dropped throughout the film. There's a number of subliminal and hidden visuals and quotes and conversations that end up connecting inadvertently to the end of the film. And I gotta be honest, guys, I've seen this movie 3 times already, and I love that this film rewards multiple viewings. Every single time I saw this movie, I always got a little bit more and a little bit more. The film is very Hereditary-esque in that way. And lastly, and I guess this is more on a personal note, I just really appreciate that this film throws caution to the wind and just decides to go for it and swing for the weird, and does it unapologetically, which wasn't necessary by any means, but I certainly love that they did that. But now let's get into some of the issues that I had with the film. Spoiler alert on my thoughts on this, but this is one of those movies where I definitely recognize a number of issues, but they just didn't bother me all that much. You know, for me personally, they end up feeling a bit more like nitpicks, but I can definitely see how these issues might bother other people more. For example, while I appreciated the hidden and subliminal visuals, I do think that they were included and incorporated into the film a little too early, such that if you catch them, the rest of the movie might be kind of spoiled for you. And while the film was definitely disturbing, unnerving, and dread-inducing, the movie wasn't nearly as effed up or truly scary as I thought it might be. The film's narrative also kind of pivots abruptly at one point. You know, I thought the film was going in much more of a True Detective Season 1 route, but instead it pivots and goes all in on a different route, which created a little bit of whiplash effect for me, but I kind of like the route that it went. There's also a tongue-in-cheek and winking at the camera vibe throughout the film that sometimes didn't work for me. I mean, literally at one point there's a winking at the camera moment. And despite the complex narrative presentation, the story really boils down to something pretty simple. That all being said, again, the pros heavily outweighed the cons for me, and I just kind of love this movie despite these issues. This film definitely has elements of Silence of the Lambs, Seven, True Detective Season 1, Zodiac, Hereditary, Kill List, and we'll even toss in The Dark Knight for the interrogation scene. And I gotta give Longlegs a 9 out of 10. But those are just my thoughts, take it or leave it. What do you guys think? Have you seen this movie yet? Do you think that it lived up to the hype? Let me know in the comments section, let's talk about it. And if you enjoyed this video but you want more information about what's on my watch list, what I'm currently watching, the kind of ratings I'm giving these films, as well as upcoming releases I'm looking forward to, don't forget to to follow me on track.tv. My username is TIOLI_reviews. The link is in the description box. Go ahead and click it and start following me on Tracked, and I look forward to seeing you over there. And as usual, guys, thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I really appreciate it. Don't be afraid to hit that like and subscribe button. And until next time, I'm Chad from Take It or Leave It, and I'll check you later.
Check you later. Check you later.
Hey, man, get off my case.
Oh, man. Chicks don't want to hear that shit.